Peter Doran is a Russia Program Senior Fellow at the Foundation for Defense of Democracy. He's also joining us, Harley Lipman. He's a foreign policy expert. If we interrupt you, gentlemen, I apologize. We are awaiting the president to speak. It'll be the first time he's speaking live on camera about what's happening in Iran and around the world. This is happening during a Medal of Honor ceremony, and a lot of dignitaries have already assembled. So I'll start off with you, Peter. Talk to me about the puzzle pieces, kind of how this is all connected. I don't think people understand that this is not just about Iran. This is not just about Israel, China, Russia, Ukraine, Venezuela. How does this all kind of come together?
Well, I think this speaks about America getting its reputation back. America was trying to demonstrate deterrence to the world, and it didn't work with previous administrations. They saw America as weak, and we saw a lot of wars have broken out. But now the United States is sending a powerful message that you can't mess with America, that America means business. You just showed a clip of Pete Hegseth, who a lot of people had been critical of, who performed one of the most brilliant military operations in military history. In June, the war against Iran with Israel then, and the actions that are taking place now, as well as Venezuela. They're remarkable just on military means. So this is going to preserve peace, because when you show strength, our enemies are deterred and they don't want to start a war with someone who's going to fight back and who's stronger than them.
And Peter, Russia is condemning the strikes on Iran, blaming the United States and Israel. In a statement, Russia's foreign ministry wrote, "We demand that the situation be immediately returned to the path of political and diplomatic settlement, responsibility for the negative consequences," and so forth. Peter, again, now we resolved that technical issue. Talk to me about the geopolitical ramifications, especially for us here at home.
Well, compare and contrast. The United States never goes to war alone, and with Israel, we have not only a close ally, but a very potent and lethal one. Now look at Vladimir Putin in Russia. He doesn't have allies, he has clients, he has dependents. And when the chips are down, look at Venezuela, now look at Iran. Russia sends flowers and condolences as its partners go down. We're watching a clear difference here, and kudos to our ally Israel, which is proving its worth.
Yeah, let me go back to, Harley, let me go back to the statement, Triple D03 Control, the statement from Russia, because I just find it baffling, at least the beginning part where they say, "We demand that the situation be immediately returned to the path of political and diplomatic settlement." This is the same country that is right now attacking Ukraine in a 5-year war, firing bombs on Kyiv, and they're calling for diplomacy. Harley.
Quite the irony.
I think you said it very well. And it just points out the hypocrisy of Russia, the fact that the Trump administration did try to engage in political dialogue and negotiations. They gave Iran every chance to come to terms. All Iran did was kick the can down the road and delay and delay. And obviously, President Trump understood what was happening, and then he acted decisively. And I think it shows remarkable courage on behalf of the president. And I think it's going to result, even though there'll be setbacks and there are going to be bad surprises, because this is what war brings. Ultimately, this is going to change not only the Middle East, but the world.
Right. And Peter, you are Senior Fellow, Foundation for Defense of Democracies. We've been seeing the protesters in the streets of Iran for several months now. Tens of thousands of them reportedly have been killed. They've been shouting for democracy, a revolt against this brutal regime. Our previous guest said this is also a rebuke of radical Islam. What do you think? There are a lot of layers to this situation.
And I think we've seen that play out over the weekend. But here's the major takeaway. President Trump has stated very clearly a major objective of this operation is to give the Iranian people the time and space that they need to seize their own destiny. By systematically decapitating the top echelon of this brutal regime, a regime that kills its own citizens, President Trump has begun that process. We also have heard from General Kane that they are not done quite yet. They have a lot more targets to go through. Right now, I think everyone in Iran, if you're in the regime, you should take President Trump up on his offer. Lay down your weapons or join the people of Iran before you meet your end as well.
All right. We appreciate the time of Peter Doran and Harley Lippman joining us on that breaking.